Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, I thought we'd get into a quick restoration of my old Phase 2 half-ton Arbor press. Let's get into that. Like I said, this is my old Phase 2 half-ton Arbor press. What I think I want to do is just, for beginners, take it apart and clean it all up. Let's do that. You know, there's not much to this thing, taking it apart, but after I get it all apart, I want to start by washing it, soap and water. After I get done washing it with soap and water, I think I'm going to do some of the other greasier parts with some mineral spirits. Yeah, the mineral spirits help break down that old grease, and it helps some of the rust also. And the rust I can't get off, I usually, like this, I go over to the wire wheel and brush all that off. And of course, a little bit of sandblasting. This is the only surface that I sandblasted, and then I painted it right away, a beautiful yellow. Okay, now that the press has been taken apart, I cleaned it with soap, water, mineral spirits. I wire wheeled part of it and sandblasted some of it, and it's all painted. Now let's get into doing some of the other stuff that I wanted to do. Let's do that. I want to try and mount this plate on my Arbor press. As you can see, I kind of laid out some stuff on here that has to be removed. I want to cut this out just so it's just inside of this here slot or opening, and I want to open this up. I want to go back about 1 inch and maybe 1/4 inch wider than what this is. What I'm using here is a fast helix 3-flute, 1/2 inch diameter solid carbide end mill. And I'm cutting through some 1/2 inch 6061 aluminum plate. I laid the lines out on the surface plate. I thickened the lines up a little bit with a Sharpie, and I'm just going to cut right to the lines. Okay, I'm going to clean this up, turn it around, and do the same thing with this. I'm using the same 3-flute carbide end mill, and to barrel through this, I have the table snug so that it doesn't pull. Well, that's my thinking anyway. And it seems to work. Okay, I think it come out pretty good. Now all I got to do is drill the mounting holes. Easier said than done. I'm just going to scribe a line. Now I just need to scribe 2 other lines 90 degrees to that, where I'm going to center punch it. There we go. They're approximately 2 3/4 inches apart, and approximately 3/4 inch from the front. But they're somewhat in line. I'm going to center punch those and drill them. Probably not enough light for you to see it. But believe me, it's in the crosshatches there. Okay, we need to go to the drill. I'm just going to put 1 clamp right in the middle. Put a pad there. Off camera, I went up and back with this until it looked like these punch marks were in line. That's going to be good enough. Let's start drilling it. I'm going to hand tap these 1/4 plug tap. It's a through hole, so that'll be cool. Push the chip straight down. Although this is cast iron, it just flakes into little pieces. It's like dirt. Okay, it went all the way through. The only thing I want to do now is spot the holes on this table. How I want to do it is I want to use these hole transfers, is what they're called. These are quarter 20s. How they work is inside this thing. There's little screws with points. And you screw them in here and just leave the point sticking up. And there's a very little point on here. And it screws in. And you screw it in so it's just sticking above. Alright. Okay, you just place this where you want it. And you tap on it. I think it's lined up where I want it. There's my two marks right there. I'll pick those up in the drill press, drill them through, and I know they're going to line up then. Okay, I'm going to go drill those things through, probably off camera. Okay, I've got two quarter 20s, about 3/4 inch long. They're regular socket head cap screws. I don't know if I'm going to use button heads, cap screws, or flat heads. I have to, that's all I could find right now. But you see, it's in there. They line up perfectly. What I decided to do here was put a series of 3/8-16 holes to hold stuff down while I'm pressing it. I was just going to lay it out with my square and a pencil and spot punch them and drill. Now I just need to go over to the manual mill, get me a 5/16 drill bit, and pick these holes up, and or punch marks, and drill them through. Let's get into that. I've got some studs in here so it don't take off on me. Okay, all the holes are in there. What I need to do is chamfer these and start tapping them. Just using my tapping head. I thought that was the quickest way to tap all these holes. I haven't used this thing yet, so let's hope for the best. I have my tapping head in here, and I got it 2 or 3 years ago for doing a job, and it was like a trade, and we're going to try it right now. I think I should check the first thread. These are the studs I'm going to use, so they go in there. It looks like it. It's got a countersink. These 2 holes for the 1/4-20s. I decided to go with a flathead screw. I'm going to go get that right now. To hold the table down, I'm using flathead cap screws, and what I'm doing here is countersinking them to 82 degrees. Let's do that. I don't think that looks half bad. I like that finish I have on it. The last thing I'm going to do before I put it all back together is I want to mount it on a piece of plywood. Paint the plywood red, I think. That ought to go good with the yellow. And I need to cut that out, mount it onto the press, and get ready to put it back together. Like that. Okay, I think this thing came out great. I put this handle on there, and I could always put a bar on there if it's really going to take some pressure. But this is a light duty press. I can clamp it to a table. And like I said, I think it came out just fine. So I think this video is coming to an end. So I'm going to have to say, until next time, enjoy.